Well, Shannon, does Jerry have a point?
On the first part, Jerry has a very valid point. I agree with you 1,000%, Jerry. Going back. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree. You can't get them all right, Skip. They blew it. Okay, for the 17,000th time, the official in the Saints-Rams game, he blew the call. It was PI, and if you didn't call PI, you should have called helmet to helmet. You get one of them, and you're off the hook, okay? That happened. But in this situation, Skip, even if you can't find an angle, look at Julian Edelman. When that ball skips, he doesn't move. A guy that touches the football, he gonna scramble to get it. When a guy fumbles the ball, he's doing everything he can to get up off the ground and try to get it. He's clawing.
I agree.
Julian Edelman didn't take a step.
No, and he's also shrugging like, what are you doing?
What y'all doing fighting for the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, watch what he does. He steps to the side. I'm not about to take a shot because normally, Skip, you know, guys are coming diving in. They're gonna try to get the ball. Edelman steps back like, nah, y'all ain't finna get no cheap shot on me. He never moves. But this was, you see what Jerry doing, Skip? He trying to shade old Mr. Kraft. You know he trying to shade him. Talk about the call on the field. You know, if you go with the call that's been called on the field, if there's not an angle. Well, I saw some angles. The ball didn't look like it touched his thumb. It didn't. It just didn't.
No.
Look, for whatever, I get it. Skip, but I've seen so many people, man, it's like, I'm just tired of the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, I know, but.
Everybody calls you Unc now?
They call me, that's what he called me in the street. People actually call me that, Skip. Whole Foods, that's what they call me. They call me Unc.
What can you do?
But Skip,
well, which one are you, Unc or Shannon?
I'm Shannon today. Okay. I'm Shannon today. You know, very buttoned up. You know,
Very buttoned up. Thanks for clarifying.
But Skip, you know what this is about. The two most powerful owners in football, there's no question. You know who they are. Mr. Robert Kraft and one Jerry Jones. Now, you and I both know, I don't care at what level, there's always competition. Now, Mr. Kraft, it's great. He does things. They're like, hey, I just sit back. I know what I know and what I don't. As people I possibly can, and I let them do what they do. Since the Dallas Cowboys has gone to an NFC Championship game, one, Mr. Bob Kraft and the New England Patriots have gone to 10 Super Bowls. 10 of them things, Skip Bayless. Now, Mr. Kraft has an opportunity to do something a week from Sunday, is to get number 6, moving to a tie with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yep. How many does the Dallas Cowboys have, Skip? Look, right now, Jerry said pretty, but Mr. Kraft said, hold on, Jerry. They had 2 of them things before you even thought about even purchasing the Dallas Cowboys. So right now, it's still 5-3, but I'm going to give you, your organization has 5, my organization has 5. But I'm about to break this tie. Oh, Jerry tried to throw some shade, Skip. You don't think I noticed it? You noticed that. He going to talk about, they made the call on the field, and I don't know if there was enough evidence. Yeah, there was enough evidence, Jerry. You know that man didn't touch that ball. You also know if he had the call gone into the Chiefs' favor, there's a good chance they win that ball game.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
It was 8 minutes and 47 seconds left. I'm still not betting against number 12 on the Patriots. But still, to your point, Patriots were ahead 17-14 at that moment. And all of a sudden, Kansas City would have had the ball at the Patriot 28 because you can't advance them up. So it's not a touchdown. It's just your ball at the 28. And instead, it was the Patriots' ball going the other way, up 17-14. But still, Mahomes and company, they still took the lead twice after that, right?
Skip, I believe there's only 3 or 4 owners that want non-calls reviewable. And one of those is Miss Benson because the emotion is raw. Right now, her team got jobbed. For lack of a better word, that's what happened, Skip. They got had, missed a call, and it would have been so great. The owner, Mr. Thomas Benson, he passes away, and basically 6 months, I think 8 months after he passes, the team goes to the Super Bowl. That would have been a great story. But once and I believe, Skip, once a month, 2 months pass, she'll realize, like, you know what? Out of frustrations, I said some things. I questioned the integrity, and there's no integrity at stake here. The guy missed a call. You know what, guys? Hey, let's leave it as is.
Okay. Let me go back to Jerry's points of contention. First of all, you could see an angle that clearly showed to me, I don't know, there are about 8 angles on the play, which is why I love our technology today, because you can get a pretty good 3D view of what's going on. I know it's in 2-dimensional, but if you see enough angles, you can look at it and say, wait a second, the thumbs did not touch. Now, do I fault Julian Edelman for even getting in harm's way? I do, because that ball was hot, bouncing on the ground. That's the one you better get away from, because as you well know, that ball is oblong and it hits funny on different angles.
And look how shiny it is, Skip. That's a kicking ball. That's not one of the balls that the Patriots, that they like to have all roughed up and scuffed up. Look how shiny that ball is and how cold it is. So it's hard and slick.
Okay. And he put his hands in harm's way, but the thumbs did not touch the football. There's one definitive angle where you can clearly see thumbs did not touch. So to preserve the integrity of the game, they had the guts to overturn that.
Right.
That's hard because, again, if you're not completely clear on it, you got to stay, to Jerry's point, you stay with the call on the field. Now, point number two. You did make a good point that I had not thought of against Mr. Kraft, Jones versus Kraft. There could be something operating there. But there's one constant theme from Jerry Jones, and it dates back to the days that I spent around Jerry doing my 3 Cowboy books. He was dug in on this from the start. Poor officiating, bad calls are part of the game of football. I think you believe that to a certain degree. That it's always been part of the fabric of this great game of football. It's what Jerry has always referred to as human frailty. Referees are human. They're going to blow calls.
Correct.
And in Jerry's realm, they even out over time. You're going to get burned, and then you're going to get breaks, right? So he's gotten his share of breaks. I'm sure he thought he got burned near the end of halftime against the Rams in the playoff game when La'el Collins wrapped up Dak Prescott, and somehow the ref got confused and thought, that's a sack? No, it's not a sack. It's your own guy throwing you out of the pocket. And he whistled Dak down at that point, right? He blew the play dead.
That would be a challenge. That would be reviewable.
Okay.
You'd be able to challenge that.
All right. Okay. But again, I was just talking about the last 2 minutes. This is just at the end of the first half.
Right.
So they were in field goal range, -8. They're out of field goal range.
Last 2 minutes, Skip. The last 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, but I was just talking.
So you just want to end the game.
I just at the end of the game, just so we can preserve some semblance of
football, regulation football.
Yes, I'm good up until the last 2 minutes. And then when the plays are virtually game deciding, then I want the ability to look at them. But in this case, he's talking about human frailty. And this is what drives me the craziest about my man, Jerry Jones. In the end, he prefers marketing over winning. In the end, if you put him on a lie detector, you would find out in Jerry Jones' world, he was a natural-born salesman. His father was a great salesman, and Jerry is his father. And he is proudest of his salesmanship ability.
He's great.
He is the best, man.
P.T. Barnum.
He is P.T. Barnum. And he wants to put marquee up. That's why he loved Tony Romo, because Tony Romo would throw 5 touchdown passes, 506 yards against Denver, and at the last second, he's going to throw it to Denver, and you're going to lose on a walk-off last-second chip shot.
You're going to be talking about it.
You're going to be talking about it, and I'm still talking about it because it still drives me crazy. Tony Romo was made for Jerry Jones because he was box office.
Yes.
He might come up small when you most needed him to be big, but it didn't matter because he kept you on the edge of your seat.
Correct.
Because Tony Romo could wheel and deal. He could wheel out of the pocket and create plays, extend plays.
And throw it and dance and jump and catch it.
It was sensational. Way more sensational than Dak plays.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this case, he's marketing his game. He's saying, why did we overturn that? Because what would have been better is if everybody's buzzing about, did they get it right or not? Because he would prefer the controversy swirling. That's why I'm sure he loves what happened at the end of the New Orleans game, because he believes that's good for football. I think it's terrible for the game of football. I think it's a black mark. I think it's disgraceful what happened at the end of the game. We disagree on it, but I just think the wrong team went to the Super Bowl, and that's just wrong. You got to fix that. But he says don't fix it because Skip and Shannon are still talking about it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the thing is, Skip, and I agree with you, that he values marketing and dollars over winning, because over the last 20 years, he got that yacht because of marketing.
He did.
Not because of winning.
No.
Because they haven't even been to an NFC title game. They haven't gone to a Super Bowl. But still, they're the most profitable franchise. Now look, as I said before, Mr. Kraft purchased this team, the Patriots, in 1994. The Cowboys won the Super Bowl, so therefore they had to go to an NFC title game in '95. In 10 Super Bowl appearances for the Patriots since the Cowboys has last won the Super Bowl. Let that sink in.
It has.
How are the Cowboys more valuable and the America's team than the Patriots? I thought that everybody cared. America loves a winner. We love a winner.
You know why? Controversy. It's always something with the Cowboys. It's never anything with Brady and Belichick until the ESPN story of a year ago, right?
Well, we had Spygate, we had Deflategate.
Okay, but those are negative.
Right.
Yeah, but with Jerry, we wait every week during the regular season for his, is it Tuesday or Monday? I can't remember. Tuesday, his radio show.
Yes.
Because you know and I know Jerry's going to say something that you say, what? And at the end of Tony Romo, what was the big remark that he made? My biggest regret as owner of the Dallas Cowboys is I couldn't win a Super Bowl with Tony Romo because that would be cake and eat it too, right? You'd have Tony Romo winning a Super Bowl, finally, right?
Yes.
That was Jerry's ultimate dream, and it's not going to work because Tony Romo wasn't capable.
But he's got to win. He's got to win. Skip. He wants to win so desperately to get out from under that. He went along for the ride with Jimmy. He wants to do that. So if he can do it with Dak and with these cast of characters, because everybody's there because of Jerry.
They are.
We can have the argument, well, Jerry had something to do with it, but everybody knows that's Jimmy. Because Jimmy came from the college, so he knew about Emmitt Smith. He knew about Darren Woodson. He knew about all these players. Because